This video is titled 3 Surefire Secrets to Lower Scores on the Golf Course. Why is it titled that? Because it's going to give you the top 3 ways I know how to get you to shoot lower scores right away. And remember, we mentioned things are a little different around here, so while other golf professionals are going to have you on the range just hitting technique over and over and over, I'm going to show you how to do it on the golf course, and that's the biggest change in what we do. We're always thinking about how to get you to play better on the course as opposed to that way that doesn't work. The old, yeah, just keep hitting balls over and over and over. 94% of golf lessons are given that way, and in my opinion, it's just not the right way. My students are improving a lot, and those other ones are coming to me frustrated, so that's where I base my opinion off of. So we're getting you all the information we can to get you to play better golf. So let's get you the 3 surefire secrets to lower scores right now. This is an example of what is going to be getting you to play better. Thinking zone and playing zone. This is your first of your surefire secrets. Thinking zone and playing zone. Learn to think away from the ball. So let's show you what this will look like. This over here is my thinking zone. This is my playing zone. You can't confuse the two. You don't play over here and you don't think over here. So what does this mean? All our thinking, cerebral thought, decision making, physical practice, and thoughts about your swing happen away from the ball. When you get over the ball, you play. Think of baseball as an analogy. You're not in there in the batter's box thinking about a million things. You're just making the play happen, hitting the ball, concentrating on the pitcher. Stop thinking over the ball. Think away. So again, right here is the place for me to practice my swing motion or my rehearsal or what I'm doing. But when I step in here, I'm thinking about nothing other than my target and where I want the ball to go. So if I were to play a golf shot, this is what it will look like. This will help illustrate the point. Now my swing thought is going to be to keep my nose on the ball. That's my thought process. Where am I going to think about that? Away from the ball. When I go to play, I'm going to think about the target, where I want it to go. So I'll be in my thinking zone, and I'll be thinking about, okay, nose on the ball, nose on the ball. See how I'm keeping my nose right on it? But when I go in to hit the ball, I'm just going to walk in, focus on my target, and play. That's a good one. Ooh, real nice. Play athletically so the ball goes where I want it to. Think away from the ball, play over it. Don't confuse the two. Think away from the ball. All right, now for some of you, I know that every once in a while, once a month maybe, your ball's off the fairway and it winds up in the trees. Yeah, it happens to me too, once a year or so. Okay, maybe a lot. So when your ball's off the beaten path or there's a key decision to make on the golf course, please implement the following thought process. We call this the 9 out of 10 theory, meaning play a shot you can play 9 out of 10 times. I know that there's a gap here we can all hit our ball through. 1 out of 10, 3 out of 10, maybe an advanced player, 5 out of 10. Try to avoid doing it, please. It raises your score because next thing you know, you hit a branch, your ball winds up over on the other hole, or it caroms out of bounds. That's how big numbers occur. So when your ball's off the beaten path or in trouble, play a shot you can play 9 out of 10 times. In this case, if I look off to my left, I can advance my ball about 70 yards up the fairway and then pitch it on. I'll probably make a bogey on this hole and just move on. So I'm going to do that. Perfect execution. I know I can hit it through the gap in the trees, but how many times realistically out of 10? Probably 3 or 4, even at my ability. So guess what that means, folks? Save yourself some shots. Play what you define as 9 out of 10. You'll eliminate those big numbers and have a lot more fun because your scores are going to drop immediately. All right, the third of our surefire secrets to lower scores tips is spend 90% of your time focused on the target. I'm big on 90% if you didn't notice, so 2 out of 3 are 90%. Spend 90% of your time focused on the target. What does that mean? It means this. From the moment I pull the club out of my bag 90% of my time, my eyes should be focused on where I want to go. And I should be repeating where I want to go. So an example would look like this. Club comes out of the bag. Even if I'm walking over from the cart, my eyes are fixated on the target. I keep thinking about where I want to go. Even during my setup, I'm thinking about the target. I'm looking at it. Even in my thinking zone, I'm focused on the target and thinking about where I'm going. Now when it comes time to hit, I keep checking back with the target, keep thinking about the target, keep reminding myself where I'm going. Hit the ball to the yellow pin, hit the ball to the yellow pin. And then I hit the ball on the green toward the yellow pin. So 90% of your time should be spent repeating what you're going to do as far as where you're going with the golf ball and looking at it. You'll become far less mechanical, far less technique oriented, far more consistent, and far more athletic. It's going to help you with power, consistency, and your results. So I know I'm supposed to give you the 3 surefire secrets to lower scores on the course, but I can't help myself. I want to give you a bonus tip because I'm just tired of good people having bad information, and I want to show you that what you're going to get with the Conquer of the Course program is going to be different, especially on the technical end. There's so much just poor information out there. Let's go with a good one for you. So, in the takeaway of the golf swing, so many people are trying to put the club so that the toe of the club is pointed straight up. This is the toe right here. The toe is pointed straight up to the sky. That's wrong. That is an open club face. If I bring that back to the ball, it's open. So that makes me have to use my arms and hands a lot to square the club face. Not reliable. It's not how the best players do it, swinging at 100 miles an hour. You can't control all that. This is what should happen in your takeaway. You should have your body turning like your stomach is turning in a good way, not in a bad way. Let your stomach turn or your hips turn. They open up so that the club face is on the same angle as my spine. See how they match? The top line of the club is on the same angle of my spine. The club face is more pointed toward like an 11 o'clock position if 12 was the top, as opposed to that toe up. So here's the wrong way, taking your forearms and rolling the club open. Here's the correct way. Turn your body so the club is at about 11. This is going to help you dramatically with your slicing, with your contact, inconsistency. You won't be swatting at the ball that much. Huge tip for you, so thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed greatly the 3 surefire secrets to lower scores on the course and the bonus tip on the angle of the club face. Those should definitely help you play better immediately if you implement them. That's the key. Now, very important concept. What we talk about in the Gary Occhino Golf Camp is called mind technique synergy. So remember how we started the video saying great players do 3 things. They have the right thoughts, they have the right mindset, and they have the right learning. We specialize in doing that. Mind technique synergy. Mindset, thoughts, learning. That is what's going to be the difference here. We're going to teach you how to do. Putting them together, this mind technique synergy, is what makes you a powerful, consistent golfer. You know how it felt to feel powerful during your best round, like you knew where the ball was going before it even went there? That's the feeling we try to capture every day in this program and what we're going to show you. I'm going to give you the learning resources and the deliverables to get there. I've invented unique things that you're going to find nowhere else in this program that are going to get you on course what you need for Mind Technique Synergy.